Last week, I talked to you a bit about Brit Hazon, a new project from the environmental organization Hazon, which is both here in Detroit and found throughout the world. They have a covenant that they're asking you and me to sign on to do something in our own personal lives to help with the climate crisis. In incremental, daily ways, we can have an impact. You can go to hazon.org/Brit, HAZON.org/BRIT. You can even join Beth Ahm's group, which is part of this Brit Hazon. Here's what it is. There are 6 different ways that they're recommending that we can have an impact. And you get to choose one, and then Hazon is going to support you by giving you specific actions that you can take. Here's an example. I chose to work on reducing food waste. And I got an email that said, here's a few ways you can do it. You can set up a section of your refrigerator, the Eat Me First section. Those are foods that you think are going to spoil soon. And so you should work on creating a menu so that you're going to eat that in the next day or so. You can think of the freezer as your friend. Not everyone likes to eat leftovers over and over, but things that are frozen can be used later on. There are things that you can do with frozen fruit, frozen entrees, frozen whatever it is that you've made so that you can use it again rather than throw it out. There are other ideas as well. Composting, sharing your food with organizations if you end up with a lot of food that is potentially wasted. There are organizations here in town that can help you with that as well. There are many different ways that we can have an impact, and I want to strongly suggest that Brit Hazon is one way that you can find a path towards taking part in a solution for something which is so much bigger than any one individual, but each one of us can play a role. And just to create a very specific connection to our tradition related to the being careful not to waste food, in case you're not familiar with the idea of Bal Tashchit, which is the Jewish concept of not wasting things. Not wasting these things comes from a verse in the book of Deuteronomy, which says that if you are approaching a city in a war and you may want to chop down the trees, you're not allowed to chop down fruit trees. Those fruit trees are there to produce fruit and help other people, and you would be wasting the tree and its potential by chopping it down. The truth is, it's actually quite complicated. Bal Tashchit is a concept that has certain limitations, but in the context of food, I think it's a really wonderful concept for understanding why it's so important for us not to waste food. Food is there to help human beings, and when we waste it, it can't help us. It can't help you. It can't help other people around you. By buying too much food, it creates an unfortunate cycle in the system, which makes it harder for people who really need food to get their food. I hope you will consider joining Brit Hazon as I have. Again, hazon.org/Brit. If you have any questions, let me know.